Good afternoon, sisters, in the various communities around the world. I'm speaking this afternoon from the chapel of our mother house in Verona. As all of you know, you'll know my face by now. This morning I was elected General Superior of the congregation. So I'm still a little bit in shock and adjusting to a new situation. Until 11 o'clock this morning, I was the Provincial Superior of the European province, and now I find myself in a completely different role. I want to say a huge thank you to all the communities, to all the sisters who have been praying yesterday and last night and today. We really felt your presence with us, and thank you for writing to us to tell us that you were united with us in prayer. It has been a very powerful experience of communion with many communities throughout the world, so a special thanks to everyone for that. A special thanks also to all the delegates of the chapter for their trust in me, in asking me to take on this role. I was surprised by that. I'm still surprised. I certainly don't have all the qualities that we talked about in the last few days, but certainly I will just try to be myself and to give of myself. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow and after tomorrow, when I hope to have my community, a community of discernment, which we hope will be able to journey with all the congregation, with all the other communities around the world, to try to implement some of the decisions that we took here at the chapter. A special thanks to everyone who has sent messages in the last few hours. I'd just like to thank you here from the chapel here, because I suspect that over the next few days, as we are still working through the last days of the chapter, I may not have time to answer everyone individually. During the chapter, one of the very beautiful images that was used was the image of a boat. This boat that set off and went down the river and changed course, changed direction, met difficulties, high waves, turbulence, and yet the boat journeyed on. And in a way, this image struck me very much, because I feel it's an image that we could perhaps hold on to and think of our post-chapter journey. We are all invited to get into that boat. We are all invited to get into that boat and to continue the journey that began a year ago as we began to reflect on reconfiguration. But we have to be careful about not thinking only of all the things we have to change, the structures, the amalgamation of provinces, the governance. We have to start from changing ourselves, changing our mentality, and really rereading the charism as we propose to do. It's part of the theme of the chapter, this trasformate dal charisma, transformed by the charism. So it's essential for all of us to start from there, to think about What do I need to change in myself? How do I need to reread the charism? What do I need to reappropriate? Because it's this change in our own selves, in our personal journey, that will help us to change also as a congregation, as a community of missionary disciples. I don't want to talk too much today about the contents of the document. We are still finalizing it. But one of the things that you will find is that it's a very short document. And you may think, oh, what did they do for 3 weeks there? They've written so few things, such a short document. It's a short document, but it's a very solid one. And we will find that it will take us all of 6 years to implement what we are proposing for ourselves, for the congregation, and it's a beautiful journey. So perhaps as we go towards the end of the chapter, we'd like to encourage you to wait for that document with enthusiasm. We think you'll like it. I think, sisters, that I would stop there for today. I'm very much aware that I'm speaking as an individual, and this is not something that I want to continue to do. I want to wait for my community. Hopefully after tomorrow it will be completed, and we want to journey as a community. The word that came to mind to me as I embraced the sisters this morning was together, together. And I don't think it's a word that came by chance. I think it's an indication of how we are called to journey after the chapter. Really to get into this boat and to move together towards this reconfiguration that we've started to talk about, we've started to plan, and which we intend to journey on with. Thank you for listening, and we shall have a chance to meet again in the near future.